Oh yeah, I should. I actually did files for 44. This, while I'm studying recording, I also always learn something new about my own computer. Do I learn something new about myself? I had something in my mind when I was starting to record. Yeah, Animal Crossing. I played Animal Crossing. Alright, so last time what I did. Nothing here. But I entered Ganon's cast last time when I record like what my previous record session. I entered Hyrule, wanted to go save Zelda from Red Lion Paw. Ganondorf beat me, and then for some reason King of Hyrule decided that okay, now I need to save Zelda from Ganondorf. So I went to Ganondorf's castle. I managed to defeat the first trials, which were temple related oriented. Maybe there was something special. Mainly probably my weird plays against Gorma, the first boss, and yeah, Hala was able to do something interesting for me as well, so yeah. Good. Then the second part. As I'm currently in the second half of, and here the trial was against whom? Phantom Ganon. And I managed to get not normal arrow, not fire, not ice, but the light arrow. And light arrow is basically one hit knockout. Ancient arrow if you think about Breath of the Wild kind of matter. So yeah, light arrow has been evolving nicely since Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and now here. He is overpowered. Then I entered this door, walked these staircases. I need to walk again because I'm actually that is the beauty of the final boss, if we may say, because the higher I climb, the lower the music is. Kind of neat twist, but I prefer Ocarina of Times where the music gets louder and louder. But yeah, entering here. Good. Here was Puppet Ganon, but now Puppet Ganon is out. Ah, it's locked. So they don't allow play. Alright. So maybe... No, okay. But I don't need to climb up. That's the beauty part. Phantom Ganon... Puppet Ganon, I mean. I was supposed to defeat that later. Apparently I played well enough. I got lucky in some occasions. I would even count that I got as lucky as I got with Dark Nuts. Good. Cool. And this is my hookshot target when I'm... And then final boss is over on that direction. Whew, I will take my tea from brewing. Just to showcase that you know that. Beautiful. Good. Alright, so no, I haven't edited anything yet. I just usually after recording just check that sound and my voice is kind of okay. I noticed actually that maybe my dolphin could have been a little bit higher. But man, maybe I'm able to edit that a little somehow or not. But during the, I need to speak about that. But more, right now, I have not edited. I don't want like anything from start to here. It's just making sure that I'm not compromising my own playthrough opinions based on how I watch myself play. I've noticed that, for example, it works really well with if I play something first time. For example, right now, Princess Peach Showtime while I'm sitting here recording is finally live in my show, in my channel. Also, before that was the Snufkins game and then Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. In all those games, it was actually need to first with Snufkin. I don't remember how I played that, but Princess Peach and Snufkin was so short, so it was kind of yeah. But Princess Peach and Kakarot in this regard. It was really good to have some kind of small session that I played through until a certain point, then started to edit, and I was able to pick up because I'm not familiar with the games. I'm still picking up, learning, and then it was kind of learning experience for myself, even when I was playing blind. Those like not knowing that much or at all, depending on how to look at. But with Ocarina of Time, I decided that okay, I will play everything and then edit. And it works here also. It's just because I know the game kind of. I make mistakes. That's. Sometimes I'm surprised how smoothly I play Link. Just stretch a bit because I'm just paying. Yeah. But I noticed the four Dark Knight because when I was checking, and usually how I check, I just open it, check all three tracks, then jump back here a couple of random spots, and then bam. And when I was fighting second time for those four Dark Knights, I noticed that I skipped one Knight belt crest, however the belt called. I thought that I thought in my mind when I was playing I picked that up, but when I noticed that no. So yeah, would I pay now more better attention on those kind of stuff? Most likely not. Wait. Oh, okay. It's just there to trigger. Alright. But more importantly, I'm a little bit more calm. Yeah, again, I started with Animal Crossing, but I don't have any good leeway to speak anything about Animal Crossing. Just quick note here. Today was first, so quick thinking that I was but before Link we go, before Link we will go, the Animal Crossing thing that I wanted to say. Currently the first day of spring, so hooray! Now not anymore Snowboy mechanic because I hate Snowboy mechanic. I don't remember. Like, City Folk, I played that one back in the days, so that makes this as my second Animal Crossing. I don't remember how much I played the DS version, but yeah. But I don't remember Snowboy being thing at all. Then here during the winter, I did Snowboys just enough to collect all DIYs. But no, I just hate the 80% rule. It's just too strict in some occasions. Then I'm trying to get specific because right now I'm missing, for example, Snob villager in my town. As soon as I get one out, then I try to search one day, and next day, boom, Tom Nook decide because one day I play, I'd go three different islands, nothing found. Okay, then I need to start to do schoolwork or something else. Next day, bam, it's already some all Tom Nook already found some villager here. I hate that. I hate that they are not feeling basically what uh, lots of grind. So basically, it means in this situation that with Animal Crossing, I will be okay to find ways to cheat amiibo cards because it's just boring when you have so many same like jockey characters who are having the same exercise as a hobby. So they even if you have two or three different animals, but they say exactly the same things, exactly the same reactions, and just voice changes. It's kind of like a makes the New Horizon. I mean, it makes the island feel so one-dimensional. So that's why I would like to have more diversity. Now I will go. Now I will go. I postponed prolonged too long. My country lay within a vast desert. When the sun rose into the sky, a burning wind punished my lands, serving the world. And when the moon climbed into the dark of night, a frigid gale pierced our homes. No matter when it came, the wind carried the same thing, death. But the winds that blew across the green fields of Hyrule brought something other than suffering and ruin. I coveted that wind, I supposed. It can only be called fate, that here I would again gather the tree of the crests, that I should lay my hand on that which grants the wishes of the beholder, that when the power, wisdom, and courage come together, the gods would have no choice but come down. The power of gods, the Triforce. He who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. Already, the crest of wisdom is mine. All that remains. Do not fear, I will not kill you. I merely have need of the power that dwells within you. Now, let us put an end to that which binds us together. Gods, hear that which I desire. Expose this land to the rays of the sun once more. Let them burn forth. Give Hyrule to me. He who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. That is what you said, is it not, Ganondorf? Gods of the Triforce, hear that which I desire. Hope! I desire hope for these children. Give them a future. Wash away this ancient land of Hyrule. Let a ray of hope shine on the future of the world. And let our destinies finally be fulfilled. Ganondorf, may you drown with Hyrule. This is foolishness. A future for you. Whatever you are laughing at, Ganondorf, you are insane. Annie, I'm sorry, I overslept. I think it's time for us to say goodbye to this place. We must return to the world above, back to our ocean. Very well then, allow me to show you your future. Yes, allow me to show you just what hope you have. See how much your precious Triforce is worth. And then, pop, pop, pop. I will use this ball to cover you. Attack him as best as you can. Alright, so... And I'm already dying. Alright, good. I'm not defeating Ganondorf right now. Alright, that was the game over. Alright, so as expected, but with this one there's no need for me to save state. Yes, I will save. Because I believe that it makes Ganondorf beginning faster, but I need to still find a fairy for myself. Good. Now the question is, where do you keep fairies? Because it shouldn't be that I need to go all the way for Earth Temple trial. But what can I say now based on, like, because I got most of the crucial information, but then here it actually returns to the point that maybe it just gives me arrows, and I will check if the darkness, the part where, not you, unless you have something here. No. I'm not leaving out because I'm returning to Forsaken Fortress is another beast to do. But this void. Neat. Okay, I found myself accidentally too. Wait. This does. Okay, then I will go to. Then I will go to Earth Temple and. Because apparently because yeah, I was not. I was aware that Ganondorf is weak. Ganondorf is. I believe. I'm not sure if I'm able to actually pull this off. Earth Temple is here. Good. I am. I just collect Joy Bedden for shits and giggles. Because Ganondorf, Ganondorf, like, if some manage to notice, the parry works little bit differently. No, it works still not normally whenever Ganondorf is attacking, but his attacks are so fast that the window is much smaller to fulfill. Mainly the... Good, thank you. So like mainly when he does the jump attack and lands, then you are, but then it will be ideal. But it's just difficult to pull off. Difficult to pull off. And I was not aware how much, because when he attacked through my shield, that attack was too hard damage, which makes it kind of annoying to pull off, annoying to battle. So if anything, save state would help me to just reload the save faster. But then again, here if I die, I just walk up. As long as I have Fairy. It's kind of annoying that they didn't give Fairy nearby, but then again, they did not consider that somebody will try Ganondorf with 3 hearts. And based on now my 3 heart challenge, what I've been doing for school projects, well, yeah, sure, I haven't finished Majora's Mask because I still haven't beaten Majora Mask itself. So there can be still some wiggle room, but based on how I will level this one, Ocarina of Time easiest, Wind Waker second, and the hardest is Majora's Mask. By this logic, it would be like how my final boss can affect, so in a way that Majora's Mask would be easier than Wind Waker. There's always chance that the final boss of Majora's Mask itself is easier than Ganondorf from Wind Waker. I'm not going to. I should not argue that. Obviously, obviously, Majora's Mask is easier if you manage to collect Fierce Deity Mask. But without me Fierce Deity Mask, I would say that no, it shouldn't be. But even without playing that, Geiger, Gurgur, Gurg, then Ikana and Twin Mode, those three alone got so huge trouble. I had so huge troubles, especially with Ikana, the king, not the two henchmen. They are kind of okay, easy to deal because they are following the Stalfos rule of Ocarina of Time. But the king himself, especially when he dehates himself and just starts to move, I needed to cheese that. I really needed to cheese that. And here also I know that I like if I like right now I cheese so many stuff. Mainly when it comes to multiple dark nuts, and I need to think about that as well. Yeah, it just directly starts here. Just save because now, so I don't need to worry about the cutscene beforehand. You use this bow to cover you. Attack him as best you can. Well. Ooh. There was the. Thank you, Zelda. Or Tetra. And there's the. Thank you. And you should not have Triforce in your hand right now. Shoopamala. Ooh, alright. Just trying to cheese this one way or another, but no, it's not possible. And there you can see also the parry. Even if I tried, it was not possible. It counters that somehow. No, I don't want to save. I would like to continue playing. Do I keep my fairy? Or do I have to reset? I have to reset. Well, then I reset always because because it's faster for me to reset instead of going collect. Ganondorf with 3 hard challenges. And now I have, yes, good. Oh well. But I'm able to actually... Let's see how, if I find some lean way or anything, it might take longer than I expect. But based on that, but the second round was, well, I was able to get basically the second phase. And Ganondorf has, based how I remember and how I calculate 3 phases. Now the second phase is obviously the most difficult one when Zelda Tetra is out of commission. And I'm really happy that they don't require to beat. I know, like with this Ganondorf with this Ganondorf, I have issue. Like I remember, like last time even when I played HD remake, most less. Like even if I had so much hearts, I still had huge difficulties. And it's just because how like his movement, like now he was able to kick through my shield. So it's kind of like good. And you took my bow. Because I'm able to make sure that I have only hook shot, because other items are. Alright. But I love this song. I love this song. I try to predict when to press parry, but that leaves me empty. Good, thank you. Because my one of the ideas that I try to is keep distance. Well, okay. That is the disadvantage of keeping distance. Okay, I'm already in the second phase. And I have parry. Good. I should have. Okay, let's keep distance. So when you jump, I hope that I'm lucky. Apparently you don't want to jump. Please don't be Tears of the Kingdom Ganon. Just do. No, he's actually really aggressive. Fine. I tried to trigger him into combo. Apparently that parry is not working. Finally it worked. And Zelda is back! Hooray, hooray, hooray! Zelda, don't oversleep. Tetra, do your stuff. Ooh, and it blocks now back. And it blocks also head. Annie, you have to distract him. How? Are you ready? I will aim for you. And use your shield. Do you get it? Ooh. Hmm. The wind. It is blowing. Any. My children, listen to me. I have lived regretting the past, and I have faced those regrets. If only I could do things over again. Not a day of my life has gone by without my thoughts turning to my kingdom of old. I have lived bound to Hyrule. In that sense, I was the same as Ganondorf. But you, I want you to live for the future. There may be nothing left for you, but despite that, you must look forward and walk a path of hope, trusting that it will sustain you when darkness comes. Farewell. This is the only world that your ancestors were able to leave you. Please forgive us. Wait! You could... You could come with us. Yes. Of course, we have a ship. We can find it. We will find it. The land that will be the next Hyrule. So... Ah, but child, that land will not be Hyrule. It will be your land. I have scattered the seeds of the future. Hooray, Komali, you are important again. And Arrow, here, there she is. Oh boy, I should probably start to speak. There's your dress. I'm happy like this pirate dress. That's so neat. That's so neat. Ah, and Medley and Makar, you decided. Well, of course, you decided to leave land that was just destroyed by wish of the king. But yeah, this is happy notes, credits, and that hits really hard. Like I still like in my mind, I still like, even if now how I played the Ganondorf, I got so surprised that I was because the I remember back in the days the mirror shield part has killed me because for some reason Zelda is in odd angle. I'm aiming and she hits me and I die. So I was preparing for that, but no, it was too fast. I was able to bounce it right away and even get the final hit so quick. So it got me so surprised. And I still stand that this Wind Waker Ganondorf, it is my favorite. I don't know if it's best or not, because Tears of the Kingdom was really good, really good. I ignored the dragon face, well, no, whatever beforehand, but that was kind of the thing, because it's pure fight, nothing more, nothing less. It's like Tears of the Kingdom, Twilight Princess had a little bit too much, and Skyward Sword's demise was not justified. Like the pose and such are like a. I know that some people like demise as a character, no. But for me, it didn't feel justified, and there's much issues that I have with demise. Skyward Sword is basically good until demise is released, ignoring Imprisoner. But what we can speak here, I actually like, despite that being a little bit harsh towards the King of the Red Lion. Ah, no, that was Walu. King of the Red Lions, but I like the touch that he recognizes the same characteristics and attributes that Ganondorf has. And this is what I also was hoping. The character arc, everything piled up with Ganondorf here. So basically, like Ganondorf, like even if he wanted to Hyrule, or he wanted to have Hyrule for his own nation, and for them to have the same hope as like Gerudos would have the same hope as Hylians had. And this is what I feel also, that as soon as like the whitewashing became a thing, so Ganondorf needed to be toned down and make more evil, because here he was suddenly given human emphatic reason, and then his wish. How can you say that it's dark or evil when even if he wants Hyrule, but he wants Hyrule for... Yeah, he stated that. Whereas Daphnis was willing to destroy whole Hyrule just to make sure that Ganondorf will not get it. But no, there's also that, but also I like that he came to the conclusion that a little bit what Goku did in Cell arc when he left. He started to feel like I am the catalyst for all bullshit here. So if I want the new generation to have a better future, I just need to let go of this and this hegemonic status quo that I'm keeping holding. And this is really well aged right now when we think about how this is like right now this hits differently. If only one of our leaders would be closer to Daphnis than Ganondorf, even if Ganondorf was correct, but still, yeah. But no, like and Ganondorf dying happily, but that actually returns to the main point: how Ganondorf died, where he died, and what happened to Hyrule. When I first played Tears of the Kingdom, and I saw Ganondorf in that position, in whatever, the hand I was basically mimicking where the Master Sword would be, I was like, shit, are you returning to this? Are you making this Ganondorf revived? And it was like, and when he remembers Link, I'm like, shit, this is so close to hit home. And then, no, it wasn't. It was totally new Ganondorf. And that is also kind of like I will speak about Tetra you soon, but I will continue my. I will try to check that I don't speak too much, too long. Ah, we returned home. Ah, well, no, technically we returned home. This is actually neat touch as well. He has no eyes are not alive anymore, so he's. And there's Hyrule with pirate outfit. And so Link and Tetra with pirates. Anchors ahoy! Hold the trailer steady! As our destination, the wind will guide us. And you have Hero Sword. Huh. So yeah, they seek out, they go search for new Hyrule. And Phantom Hourglass is basically direct sequel for whatever Tetra and Link is doing. And I'm happy that you are not asking me to reset game. The game will save and make a file for a second playthrough. Keep a current save data, save over a new quest log. Do you want to save? Yes. And yes. Not that I'm using that for a while. Good, so that is now the second quest. How is so I'm able to showcase that a bit. Yeah, sure, why not? So you can see how. Oh, oops. Or oops. Uh, I'm not able to skip this one, so shall the I was so happy because I pressed it start in correct way, correct manner. So I'm not reading this anymore. Like, shall it be? Shall it run? Bum. That's why I felt so heavily dismotivated when I played Tears of the Kingdom. I started to see that no, this is something new, and they just basically milked. And then it felt like an Easter egg, but it's recreate like the Easter egg makes something new out of it, and that's why I probably feel so strong about retconning what Tears of the Kingdom is doing, because I was so heavily disappointed when I didn't after the first in-game direct, whatever, like showcasing how the fusion item works first time and such. After that, I didn't watch any promotional. I kept myself hidden from spoilers. So when I was able to play it, I love that feeling when you know a little bit about the game, but you don't know all the because Pokemon back in Alola made so much promotional stuff. That was like I'm not even interested to search what Pokemon you have to give me, because it seems like every week you introduce new Pokemon that is but so this day I haven't touched any Generation 7 games beyond Sun and Moon's demo, but I don't even know. I don't even remember about what I did in that demo. So that's why it hit me so heavily in Tears of the Kingdom when they all like because they spoke about imprisoning war. They spoke about how Ganondorf got sealed, and technically on that point when Ganondorf, because it's in underneath Hyrule, which makes sense from a Wind Waker perspective, when the new Hyrule that Tetra and Link found in Phantom Hourglass and became a spirit track thing. And this returns a bit for this conversation about if Tears of the Kingdom actually retcons whatever Wind Waker is doing of it. Because also the wish was that ancient Hyrule is destroyed, is washed away, there's no... So in that logic, there shouldn't be any timeline after Wind Waker. Like in Wind Waker timeline, there shouldn't be any way basically the same Hyrule to exist. So if the timelines merge as one, it basically means that the wish that the king made got either nullified, or for some odd reason everything got created exactly how it was back in the old days, but nobody but it's still not the same as an old day is. And now that starts to make sense from Breath of the Wild perspective. And now in New Game Plus, Errol is playing with pirate outfit. Yay! So no more... Okay, blue color was good, but no more flowers. Now it's cool and magenta. Purple school, let it be. Alright. So that is the first clear change. Alright, I should not sing because... And you knew I would be here. Alright, so... Do I remember what is today? Today is day after Kalevala Day. I'm a little bit half sweet lip. Oh. And yeah, I will go to grandmother's house as soon as I can, as fast as I can, because that is that's the basically last thing that I can showcase, because the second thing that I can show, as soon as I press start, I have already item. Deluxe Pictobox. This full tech type Pictobox can take full colored pictographs. It too can hold 3 pictures inside. Press R to switch to its pictograph viewing mode. Alright, so I'm able to take pictures. And here I'm able to take pictures, okay. Okay, I want you to have a dress visible, so... No. The focus is dead right as soon as I... Okay. Interesting how it Well, okay, well, maybe it's not as magical as it can be. Deluxe Pictobox is available in normal playthrough as well. Pictobox itself, the normal one, that is in Tingle's cell. So like when I pull that box and you climb through the hole, there's a maze, and in the end of that maze, there will be the normal Pictobox. Then to upgrade the Pictobox to Deluxe one, you need to collect in Forest Haven those fireflies, bomb, and deliver that to the Genzo, whatever, the picture guy, the photograph guru in Windfall Island. And he will update then the looks. What? So it can be it can be collected as early as you enter Forest Haven, but still it can take a little bit of time because you need to backtrack it and. So what is the benefit to have it right away? Right now. The benefit is that you are able to collect the pictures of like early on for Nintendo, because the colored pictures are needed to collect figurines for Nintendo Gallery. And Nintendo Gallery also, like I said, there are enemies that are just really limited or even one time only. One of them is the Wizrobe, then the Dark Helmet, Dark Nuts, they are also really limited. Basically 3 times as far as I remember. I counted based on my previous playthrough. And bosses, even you are able to replay them, yeah, but I believe that Gotham is accepted when you take the picture. But there was something else in the early game also that you just may lose it because the chance is so limited. And because for pic-to-picture perspective, you need to take pictures of all people. So it's not only that. So basically you need to take pictures of that guy, then you send that to Nintendo Gallery, and then you will get the name finally. Hooray! And then the last one, because the other one, okay, the last one that I will show, because other ones that will be relevant, I cannot show them because of how long it takes. Because ancient Hylian language will be translated to English, and that's neat Dutch. But because Valu is the first one to use it, so it means that I need to defeat Dragonroot Cavern. I would rather probably put in edit some kind of pictures to cover that part. It could be, because when I have my long monologue to end this recording session, then in episodic perspective I've tried to find some footage, pictures, and hopefully credit people. Yeah, I've been waiting for you, the one. Here you are, the one. Try this on. As you can see, she's not holding anything. These are special clothes made of special fabric that only the honest can see. Time certainly flies. I can't believe you are already old enough to wear these clothes. You got... I remember that you are smiling. You got the hero's new clothes. What the... Wow, they are really light. Do you see it? If you don't see it, you are not honest enough for this game. What's the matter? Why the long face? You can see them, can't you? Well, today is the day we commemorate the fact that you have reached the same match as the hero of last playthrough. You have to be proud about that for at least one day. Put them on and see if you can fool anybody in town. In the olden days, this was the day boys finally considered to be men. They were boom. But we don't live in such age anymore longer. Nowadays, Orca swordplay. Hanging the family shield. Decoration, tradition, carried away. Does all this make sense to you? Yeah, apparently so. Isn't that nice, the one? They suit you perfectly, a perfect fit. Well, tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999. Your grandma is going to make your favorite soup as well. I just know you are looking forward to it. Now go get your sister Errol. Well, most likely I don't get her, but let's see. Those are actually nice pictures. I was remembering that you are smiling when you are yeah, you are on the second playthrough. You play with the pajama Link, basically, or Outset Island outfit Link. So you can have fun, and that's actually a neat touch. Like, why not? If they have the model, let the players have fun with it. And now when I start to actually think, the champion outfit. Well, yeah, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's also having the same blue color and white and such. How much did Breath of the Wild take inspiration from Wind Waker? Alright. And even that sense, it doesn't make... It's kind of like a conflicting that. Oh boy. But yeah, like for example, when I said that this chest then can be collected as early as beginning of the game. Good. Here's the proof. Yay! Oops. Hooray! Orange rupee! Why would I collect orange rupee this early on? Well, I'm able to make some purchases already. Good. And that would be actually not a neat way. Yeah. Sorry, it's first I was afraid, but now I'm satisfied. So yeah, because Beetle is as early on as now available. And Baitback was available as early as now. Oh, customer, yeah, so I will buy. Good. Baitback. Good. And then serve one serving of this. Okay, 3 servings of this. And then yeah, 1 beer there. Because I'm able to showcase at least with the servings that what else can be done. I'm not there's no rats here, so I'm not able to show the rat trick. But that can be still helpful for Forsaken Fortress for the first playthrough. First visit. But because there oh yeah, because you teach me this one. Just saw a wild pig. A wild pig. Oh, see, look, a black one over one there. Don't you see him? No, I don't. This is a perfect. My wife is just telling me how she really wanted the pet. Alright. I carried that already over. But And then here, good. Ah, now you eat, you're ready. And because you eat, you climb. Good. There's a one side quest about, like, trying to find... Hoy the one! No, I'm not pressing. So basically, there's a side quest where one of the pigs will find piece of heart. I don't remember which one and when it was. So yeah, you are the one. Okay. And then finally, cool. I'm able to play as a Wingull already as early as now. So when I waited so long, it was just unnecessary. Is there any advantages to play? Ooh, it is! 20 rupees. I just need to wrap my things also up. But no, I feel that Wind Waker has aged, all things considered, well. Not that, like, the difficulty curves could be a little bit better, but at the same time, I feel that exploration and story is kind of well balanced. The main issue that I have with Wind Waker, beyond this one red rupee, is just how, like, for example, the Triforce hunt. No, like it is tedious. There's nothing to say about it. And collecting rupees, even if I was not having that much trouble with it, it's not it's not an excuse to say that, oh, it's good mechanic, you just play it wrong. No, fuck that. Majority of the players will do it after Wind Temple with full wallet already, and if it's not the 5,000 but the 1,000, then it's kind of like awkward money grinding, because the game gives so much rupees, but players not able to keep it up. So from this perspective, Twilight Princess updated that correctly, and then that backfired because there's no need to have that much treasure chests that are focused on only rupees. And I would say that if the wallet is full, the game should have asked, do you want to return that? Yeah. Did the HD remake give that option or not? Most likely not, because I would probably remember. And I should remember because I just recently spoke about that. But yeah, no, most likely. And because I'm afraid that if I go too far, I lose the track and I'm not able to, and then I'm just hanging as a Link. So at least here I'm able to just chill and look a little bit around. How much can I? Oh, now I'm making a mistake because I never looked behind. Well, there's nothing to look. Okay. But otherwise, like and also like but returning to the Triforce charts with CH, the one in upper right corner, that was the prime example with like yeah, dark nuts and how they function. I shouldn't say that much because it's not end of the world, and based on if played intended way, then you have so many hearts by default. And then because I skipped at least one bottle that I know, because submarine between Dragon Roost Island and Forest Haven has that's already open. Neat. but it's basically impossible to go here before the events of Japun. But yeah, so yeah, like even so yeah, so basically, as soon as you go to Forest Haven, you are able to have 2 bottles, meaning 2 fairies or 1 fairy and elixir soup. Go crazy. It's easier to go be a little more reckless with dark nuts. It's more about the implication, because as far as what are dark nuts? I need to actually check, because now if they are Ganondorf's, like the elite soldiers, then why they were in Tower of the Gods? Because that was like what I was thinking while I was walking to groceries and back today. Like if Darknut is supposed to be Ganondorf's elite soldiers, like Moblin is the vision of Ganondorf, like how like image of Ganondorf, and then Darknut is basically the power of Ganondorf. Then so it makes sense why Darknuts are so heavily in Earth Temple. In Earth Temple they would have made sense, but in Wind Temple and Ganon's Castle and Hyrule Castle, because they are part of the, well, yeah, the rioting group. But then if it's something that gods are protecting space from Ganondorf, then it feels like kind of awkward that they're using troops that are Ganondorf's. So they should have introduced one more enemy type, and that would be like from this part, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom did correct, and Skyward Sword with Silent Guards. And like the Silent Guards are in Silent Realm. But what I mean with Tears of the Kingdom had Zonai soldiers and also Zonai Guardians, and Breath of the Wild had just general Guardians. That should have been the approach here as well. So one, and Beamos were never outside of Tower of the Gods. They could have been used. Maybe they are also in Savage Labyrinth. So here, but I don't remember. But based on like our mandatory parts, I didn't see them anywhere else. So they could have used those one instead. So it's kind of like already annoying to deal with. Because it feels kind of like odd to... But okay, but if Ganondorf sends troops to look forward to... Because the game never indicates that Ganondorf is interested in Triforce of Courage. But is he even looking for it? That was never clear. And I believe that I'm not able to... Yeah, good. So that has never been clear. But no, like, from wrapping things up. Return. Good. Because I tried to now readjust whatever the Ganondorf, the cutscene was about God. Because Ganondorf himself used also gods. Can it be just translation issue? Can it be just that they decided that now goddesses take a little bit too much space, so it's easier to just say the gods, because technically goddesses are also gods. I don't know. Because but I also like, yeah, when Ganondorf first hit Link and stating, I will not kill you. That also kind of states that Ganondorf has no evil means about it. It's just, give me the Triforce and that's it. But then when he was stolen the Triforce in the last possible moment, and he's basically doomed. That's like, what the fuck? Let me just kill them and have at least something before I die. And then he died in front, died. But that's kind of thing. The game never states if he died or not. He just turns into stone. Which is why it was so cool to see in Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf in that same pose. So it felt like no, they removed the stone somehow because Triforce is missing. Master Sword is missing, and Master Sword needs to be somewhere, apparently. Because when we think about it, okay, that back then, technically, yes, still all timelines merge because that's Breath of the Wild theory. So if all timelines merge, then what happened to the Master Sword that was in that position? Unless it got destroyed as Ganondorf got destroyed when all memories of part. I will go to main menu because I'm not doing here anything more. So no, don't save, and no, I don't want to play. So cool. Ganondorf still like a. I'm still conflicted, and I most likely when I'm writing thesis or when I'm editing these videos, I most likely start to get better hold and picture like what it will be my own personal standpoint. Currently, if I need to, if I think a little bit more objectively, no, unfortunately I stand with Nintendo in this one, and there's no. The thing is, it's difficult to say how much what was retconned. Like no, still no, because I was starting to think like in Breath of the Wild, the champion won medley, whatever the flying champ, the divine beast was called. Well, medley, what medley most likely, but no, but it was named after Medley, which is character in Wind Waker. However, Medley was not part of the ancient world. She was part of the new world, and new like a. Now she's not sage anymore because that world is destroyed, but it doesn't mean that she is not having the new future and can have some role in Link's, and that's kind of as far as I remember, Phantom Hourglass does not have Medley, which is kind of shame now when I think of it. Same goes to Makar, but I have softer spot for Medley. But yeah, then Koroks, they are also introduced in Wind Waker, but they were already above the sea, so they are not part of the ancient Hyrule. From ancient Hyrule perspective, there's basically no references beyond, I would say, Master Sword, and that's kind of thing. It depends on how how Nintendo sees the Tears of the Breath of the Wild, or events that led to Breath of the Wild at that timeline. And yes, no, like Tears of the Kingdom is own beast, but I'm not seeing Wind Waker being retconned. Well, like it's retconned a bit, but not in the sense that Tears of the Kingdom makes events of Wind Waker null. Depending on what kind of angle you want to have. Because if the king's wish was that in the future that like the ancient status quo is not affecting or relevant, this actually goes now to. Actually, now this goes to Echoes of Wisdom. Because Echoes of Wisdom apparently is officially timeline before the Legend of Zelda. But because the whole game is about that people don't remember Triforce, they don't know Triforce's existence and such. That would have been perfect in this timeline. Yes, sure, in this timeline there's no Zora's Soul. That would be... Or, but on the other hand, it would be... But who would... Then they should change Zora's to Ritos and that's it. But like... But then that would have be more interesting. Because from my perspective it sounds so stupid that between A Link to the Past, which is so Triforce heavy game, to first Zelda game that is so Triforce heavy game, there's a period that people forget existence of Triforce. It's like, how? Especially if Ganon is still part of that timeline through Oracle of... Oh yeah, there's A Link Between Worlds even. There's so many games that are... And yeah, Ganon is revived through... Well, technically Chaos and Flames, but we are not speaking about that because that's... Even how much I would like to have that also of my physical conversation, but it's just only Bachelors. And there's just too many games, and just too many overlaps, and it's really difficult to keep the red threads if I need to jump between different timelines. More than I do already, because in all pieces it will be Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Tears of the Kingdom, because they all three are focusing somehow on the actual events of Imprisoning War and aftermath of it. Direct aftermath. A Link to the Past would have been candidate as well, and I don't know, if the supervisor says that you can add A Link to the Past, then yeah, we will add. But A Link to the Past, with that I will not play 3 Hard Challenge because that is too difficult for me. But on the other hand, like A Link to the Past is beyond my manual instruction. There's nothing to do per se. I feel like it. And because it's 2 old games or stories, and that's prime example of transmedia storytelling, where stuff has been outsourced to manual because every game was printed with manual. So the game could skip the prologues and necessary background informations and they just assume that players, they will read that when they are in a bus, when they bought the game, or when they are in the toilet and reading that. That is basically what I did until they got rid of me. I really love my instruction booklet, so I would hope that they will be returning one way or another. I would say that PDF versions would be okay, because I'm fully aware that printing that many game versions will be annoying. But I'm still like because Deku Tree gave hint about Korok sending the trees and then making sure that new land is expanded. Yes, as far as I don't remember how Phantom Hourglass ends, but it should end open-ended in a way that even like the actions that happened, Tetra and Link did not find. They continue searching for Hyrule. So it's not that they find Hyrule, it's more about while they are searching, they will get some kind of obstacle. And that obstacle needs to be defeated. So it's more like a Majora's Mask type of deal. Actually, Phantom Hourglass is Majora's Mask to Wind Waker. Huh. Interesting. But that is how it should be seen. And Spirit Tracks takes in a new Hyrule. And because it's a huge solid world and so vast and such, and they have tracks. So my first initial because when I first went into depths in Tears of the Kingdom, it was in Great Plateau. Because I saw so many and the first thing that I saw was Minecraft, minecart rails, and I need to use that. My first initial thought was, shit, Spirit Tracks is not only canon, but it is the original Hyrule, and the new Hyrule was built above that. How many layers can you have? And even that is possible in reality, and and that would somehow even make sense in my opinion, because then it means also why there's probably a good reason why, because as far as I remember, Tears of the Kingdom did not explain what is depth. It just is. And there's there are ruins, there are ancient civilization and such, but clearly that could be that there's some, because depth it's really difficult to say that it will be ocean level, ocean floor from Wind Waker, which would have been nice touch in reality. But because it lacks the Ganon Tower reference, now when I start to think of it, because the castle would be enough. But then again, if that would be a case, then it would be again some kind of a shot to my angle. That if you are... Yeah, no. But it returns always to the point that it depends how far Zelda went into the past in Tears of the Kingdom. That defines so much if any retconning is happening. If it's just before Breath of the Wild events, then sure, fine. But if it's in any time of a split timeline or before Ocarina of Time, then we start to have retconning issues, and heavy retconning issues. And then also, when there's always the retcon potential of how King's Wish here is seen. So if it means that and how powerful Triforce can be seen. Can Triforce, it basically returns to the omnipotence paradox. Can God create a rock that the God cannot lift? In this situation, can God destroy a world which they cannot, in a way that they cannot revive? And that is basically what. So it's not only time paradox, but it's also because Triforce is, well, gift of the power of the goddesses, and it's said that, yeah. I should have spoken more about Ganondorf's the pure heart kind of dilemmas and such, because that's also key part here. And then everything got ruined in Twilight Princess. Yes, I'm fully aware that Twilight Princess takes on the third timeline that I haven't spoken that much at all. And he was executed because of the actions he never did. So I should understand that if, well, I will be accused for actions that I might do in 7 years in the future, well, of course I will be pissed. Of course I will be what kind of justice system is this that I'm not allowed to live those years? I'm just accused for something some kid from the future said. So yeah, on that sense, yeah, it makes sense why Ganondorf is kind of like a one-dimensional power hunger kind of character. Nothing for that, but still, from whatever character development Ganondorf had in this game, especially now when I played back-to-back Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, and I know how actually boring Ganondorf was. It makes sense why Wind Waker made Ganondorf one of my favorite characters in general. And then yeah, Smash Bros. Melee happened, and then Ganondorf punches and such. Those two played really hugely together. And the final boss still holds really good heart because I like the combination. I like how basically in the conclusions you will have Zelda. So Zelda is actually doing something. So she's not like okay, yeah, Tears of the King. In the Tears of the Kingdom, she is the dragon and she is the flying, and then you are Ferdinand. Yeah, fine, but still, I will argue that Tetra is the best incarnation of Zelda's. Well, Breath of the Wild, the Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda is the best Zelda that was born as Zelda. So, see Zelda. And Tetra is Trans Zelda. I hope I did not offend anybody with that. But no, like like even Tetra's conclusion and how she reacted on the situation. Hey, yeah, Ganondorf, okay, cool, whatever. We finish this one and we go back up and we continue with our normal life. For me, it didn't. For me, like the only downside that I have for Tetra character is that, well, she wanted to have King back above. I'm like, technically here she's just speaking whatever Link is feeling. I take that. So for those reasons, Navi was good and Dalt was good, but Tetra did not function that well because for my, well, but she was kind of okay. She was kind of okay. But yeah, but still, like for my, like what Zelda, how much did you know about the king? You first met him. He told you that you are Princess of Destiny. You are the one that Ganondorf's looking for. So I keep you down here in the basement, which should be safe from Ganondorf. But Ganondorf have sealed this castle. Ganondorf have somehow access to every in Hyrule already, and he knows where the Master Sword is. So the most stupid person seals you underneath, and you are just waiting for a random kid that you forced to, like, whose sister got kidnapped because of you. So you no, that is, I like the touch from Link and Tetra perspective that they got conclusion and they were able to, okay, let's finish this shit and let's continue with our normal life, and they have the friendship bond. That is good. King of the Red Lions is, and yeah, there's the short one, that the speed run comic where I just love it. Animation, and that's basically summarizes everything. And then there was the meme. Okay, they commented, I put that as a screen, and because that is how I feel also, like, and that is basically why Ganondorf is in that way, because because in this game his only motivation is just, I just want to revive, even if I want to control Hyrule, I want just to revive whatever I had, and I just want to make my people better. I need to analyze the Triforce in somewhere else. But okay, now I got it off, because now I got the most steam off. I stopped playing long ago. So yeah, next time I will see what I will do. I need to focus on school and such, and I don't know. Now when I played Wind Waker, now I'm able to think about Wind Waker randomizers. So hey, hooray! So stay tuned. That may be sooner than you expect. I most likely won't stream. I just put some. Maybe I stream, but that would be awkward to start to stream that before these episodes are uploaded. Let's see. Let's see what I do next time. But now I will go sleep. Yeah, more or less. So yeah, good night. Enjoy remember to let the positive winds blow you. No, and that's why I'm not the game designer. uh, good night. May the wind of change be with you.